Welcome to another episode of the Nigerian Theatre Witnesses to History that we bring on the Tunde Laniyo podcast. Last week we started a discussion with a witness, Akin, who of course is a well-known figure in the Nigerian theatre. And he's been in that theatre for over 50 years, half of a century. He's been making waves in that field. And is the one that we have called as a witness so that he can talk about his contribution, about his participation, about what he has put into the Nigerian theatre in that length of time. It's been a fun-filled time. It's been a fact-filled time. And he has been recalling how he has gone from step to step. He has come back from Sofia in Bulgaria and back in Nigeria. Unfortunately, the promise of the federal government that it was starting something in the field of puppetry and theater didn't come to pass. A king had come who did not know Joseph. And so it seemed as if all they had gone to Sofia to do. And incidentally in Sofia, it was stops. It was stops of those who went there and those who were there, even from that country. He did very well. And unfortunately, he couldn't use that for the primary purpose for which he went. But he was not one to be deterred. It became something in advertising, something in marketing, something in communication, and he still kept his foot in the theatre. So he was never cut adrift from the theatre in all of this time. And today he's back to continue to witness to us as a part of the Nigerian theatre. And today, I'm going to ask him. First, you are now in chief.
Oh, yes, I am.
Tell our audience how you came about being a chief and what your chieftaincy means.
Well, I am the Are Ataishe of Oluyole.
Right.
That means I'm like a commander. In the field of people who just make the world a better place.
Make the world a better place.
I guess it came because of my CV. The drama I've done. Well,
and that was given by...
But it was given by an old friend of mine.
Yeah.
Who knows my antecedents, my CV, everything we had acted together.
Who was also in NTA too.
And then later he went to become the ballet of
Oluyole.
Just wrote me.
Ballet
Yemi Oguyemi, and he's still alive today.
Yes,
God keep him. Yeah, he was also there.
He was also known as Embalaya.
Then,
in that time.
It was great.
He's also somebody we'll be talking with in the course of time for his contribution also in the field of theatre. So, did you feel fulfilled as a mark of recognition from the community?
Yeah, absolutely.
To you?
Yes, because they just wrote me. I didn't lobby for anything, and the letter was very clear about how I've been this, I've been that, I've done this, I've done. So I didn't even know I was doing all of these things. And boom, and that's how I became Otumba Are and all of that. Which is great. Again, something happened again too.
Okay.
When I was, I think, was it 49 years, in the industry.
Okay.
I also got a doctorate.
Oh.
Yes.
You did?
I did, in politics.
Okay.
And social development.
Okay.
So, and it was, again, based on they gave me that award, honoris causa.
Okay.
Because of my contribution.
Appreciate that.
I also speak French. is from a French school.
Oh, okay.
Marseille.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, you were away
Mm.
in the French-speaking country for quite a while.
Yes, I was all over the place. You know.
As a missionary.
Yeah, that's another interesting.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. But let's go back to your work. Your work.
Yes.
Because I also say to people, the multi-dimensions of the training of the theater artist makes you relevant and ready to work in so many fields.
Yes.
And that would have been the basis on which you easily fitted into sales, into marketing,
Absolutely.
into advertising, into communication.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me how you found those places. Apart from the fact that they paid much better than what you had in theater.
A lot much better, you know. The thing was, you know, having gone abroad to read so much, they wanted the certificates. I came back with the certificates. And then they weren't interested, so to speak.
Right.
I said, let me just move on here.
And they still aren't interested because that thing has not taken off in Nigeria.
No. We did something at NTA, along with a colleague of mine, Kenneth.
Yes, for a couple of years.
Yeah, for a couple
I remember.
of years. We did something on NTA back then.
Yes.
But that also fizzled out, and I said, well, I've got to move on here. You know, and that's how I went into communications. And I just dusted up my CV. I selected 5 big names, and then I dropped my CV in all of them. And I got called for an interview in all of them.
All of them?
Yes. Oh. And I had to choose.
That's right.
I had to choose. So eventually I chose one called Promosa.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the
Promosa was where Kenny
Adeosun was the chairman.
Was the chairman.
Yes, you know. And I was the media manager there. And that's how I started.
That's right.
You know, and I went on to oversee the Coca-Cola brands.
Okay.
In those days, you know, I did a lot of PR events and stuff for them. And then I went into the banks. I was a communications executive for Omega Bank.
Right.
You know, and I moved on from there to, you know, how do you call the telecoms?
Telecoms, yeah.
You know, and it was more of, hey, come and do what you did there for us. Come and do what, you know. And I was doing those calls, yes. And I did do, if I have to say so myself, I did very well there.
Yeah.
I did very well. There was no scandal.
There was satisfaction.
Yeah, there was satisfaction, and it was a lot of hard work. Now, theater teaches you to work very hard.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like, you know, just
actually, that's one of the most basic things the theater teaches you.
Absolutely.
Hard, crunching work.
Yes.
And you still learn to be upright under the weight of the work that you are given in the theater.
Absolutely. And it keeps people wondering.
Yeah.
You know. But now that I've gotten to a point where I'm enjoying the fruits of all that labor.
Yes.
Now, you know, some people wonder.
All that you are putting.
Yes. You know, it's like sewing, you know, all the plates. And now the thing has come back home.
That's right.
And
that's right.
You know, even here with you, you know, somebody called me.
Yes.
There's a job that's been searching for me.
That's right.
Okay,
that's right.
Talk about it, we do it.
That's right.
You know, so it's just the hard work. And we used to say, if you have it, then you've got it.
You got it. It's yours.
That's it.
It's yours.
You know, not everybody can do drama or theater.
And that's because there were people also who were not serious in the theater. And so there was no way they could go far.
No, they couldn't.
So people who have gone far in the theater, and I'm saying this to our audience, those who have gone far in the theater are those who have worked hard.
Yes.
Who have worked hard, who are deserving of the recognition that we are giving them now as witnesses. They are people that we are confident must catch your attention because they paid the price for being where they are today. So tell me, you were 1.5 legs in the corporate world and half a leg in theater. How did that pan out?
Oh, Those were the days of hard work. You know what really helped me was that I was at directorate level.
Right.
So all I needed to do was, plan it out, have my strategy, everything, and then delegate the work.
Yes.
And all I needed to do was follow, supervise, and then evaluate. So that helped a lot.
Right.
So we'll do that. We'll let the ball keep rolling, and the salespeople will keep doing their stuff and all that. And then I will have time at night. And that's why I did more of acting over the year. Because that was the only way I could be free.
Yes.
Say, what do you want to do? Okay, maybe 2 nights or 3 nights. Boom, I'll go. We'll get it done. The weekend, boom, we'll get it done. And there was a time I was taking my leave, and I would go for some series. When I had to travel to Abuja. And all that. It was a lot of hard work, but very, very enjoyable to me.
That's right.
Because that's what I really wanted to do. Now I was getting paid.
Yes.
And then doing what
you love.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you love.
Mm.
In the period after that, you got immersed, you left the corporate world.
Yes.
And you came back fully into what you really loved.
Yes.
When was that, and which production brought you out?
I think I retired. First, I had to retire from NTA I was in 1987 or so.
Right.
Then 2009, I retired again from the corporate world.
That's right.
And
twice retired.
Twice retired. And I remember that what brought me out there was this Yoruba project.
Right.
The one they call Madame Diarist.
That's right.
And I did Madame Diarist, and it just went to the top again.
That's
number
right.
one.
Mm.
And then there was also at that time the also went to the top.
That's right.
And so I was back full time now. And because I had more time, and this is what I do. And we've been doing that over the years.
Right.
Really big projects and small ones too.
Right.
Everyone has its ambience. The thing is that as a theatre artist trained, you can be anybody. Whoever you want to be, you will be it.
Yes.
Just look at little research, and I can become Tunde Laniyan, and you'll be convinced.
You have put your hand on something that I believed people should pay attention to, that I talk to people about everywhere, particularly when I'm teaching them about the theatre. Research.
Yes.
Research. That's something I don't see sufficiently in the roles that are played.
Right.
I wonder if more research couldn't have been done for people to get into that character.
Yes.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. There are very good actors and actresses that I see, that I love. But I think that more people can pay that kind of attention to in the theatre.
Yes.
I'd asked people who teach in the universities if there's a lacuna. And part of what they also tell me is that maybe some of the students are not paying sufficient attention. What is your own experience on the field?
Yes, I agree with what you have said. There are actors like me, I have to say it. If there is a template.
Yes.
And there is a way we've been taught.
Yeah.
And you
just follow that.
Yeah, you just follow that. And over the years, I have 1,000 templates in my head. And if anything comes up, you know that this one looks like Alaji, who used to live down the road. And then you look at it and you break it down, and boom, he comes out, and everybody's like, whoa, wow. This younger generation, they just don't have it.
They are not paying attention to things around them.
No, they are too interested in other things. And when you do theatre, you can't be interested in other things. Usually at the level that you are learning, you cannot be interested in other things.
You must focus.
You have to focus. You have to take everything from you. And you have to give back to it. So I don't know, it's their makeup, the Gen Zs. But again, I wonder if some of the teachers too, if some of them have become lazy.
In terms
of where
how they engage with
you know,
students.
they're not focused, they're not paying attention. So what are you doing to help them to be focused? And all of that? You know, I don't know if I'm going to end up in the classrooms because I'm a field man, to put it like that.
Right.
But if I should go, then these are the things that
you want to focus on.
Yes, you know, just teach them what they need to know and do about. You know, and hopefully maybe it will help.
Get them to do what they have been taught in terms of performances, productions.
You got to do research. You can't just get up and say, I'm Donald Trump. No. You got to build.
Let's say the Trump in you.
That's it. That's the word.
Say the Trump in you.
Yeah. You know.
Now I want to go back to the productions that you took part in. Of course, I remember some of the things we did in the late 70s, early 80s, before people started dispersing into the diaspora, so to speak.
Yeah.
But at that time that you left, Madam Dearest, this thing in Reach,
Blaze of Glory.
Blaze of Glory.
Blaze of Glory. Yeah.
Which directors have made memorable impression on you in terms of what they got out of you?
I will remember Niji.
Akin.
Yeah, we did 1-0. I was even, I was going to get an award there. I was nominated.
Yeah.
Niji is a theater person.
Yes.
So he knows the works, the rudimentary. We had worked together on stage.
Right.
And then we worked again later in films.
Right.
Then what's his name now? He's an Igbo fellow, Benson.
Okay.
Benson.
I remember Benson.
Yes, his first name.
I remember. I don't remember his first name, but I remember Benson.
He will be like, if he catches me, how can I not remember his name? But so good. So good. He knows his onions and he does the job very well. Well, very few directors make impact on, because I'm also a director.
Yeah.
And so the truth is, as I'm acting,
you are assessing,
and I'm helping you.
What you are getting as the director.
Yes. So it's a lot of hard work for me. But hey, there are good directors, there are bad directors. One has to agree to that.
Yeah. I want us to look at people with, when you talk about I can't call them actors, performers, like Shego Bankole, Baba by himself, Uncle Jimmy, Sholanke, and some of them. They are total performers.
Yeah.
They will sing, they will dance, they will act.
Absolutely.
Which ones do you recollect, and which ones did you perform with? Did you have any opportunity of performing with any such?
I remember growing up, and I wanted to be like Tunjo Ilan.
That's right.
They were ruling the waves at that time, and Uncle Jim too.
Yes.
And then boom, there was this production of directed by Dr. Zulu Shofola. What's it called now? Oh, come on.
Song of a Maiden?
No. Help me.
Wedlock of the Gods.
Wedlock of the Gods.
Yes.
Powerful.
Yes.
And for the first time, I was acting with Jim Sholake.
Woo! Talk about it.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's hot.
It was hot. When I first got there, I talked to him, and I was speechless. He gave me that look. And I just was speechless. And the director went, here is my guy, can you do anything? But I got challenged. I'm like, no.
This is an opportunity.
This is an opportunity. This is what I need to do.
Right.
And I was very young.
Yeah.
Can you imagine I was playing in Diopa an old man.
Old man.
In that play, along with Jimmy Sholanke.
Mm.
So they had to make me up.
Right.
And then I had to supply the old man.
That's right.
And the best part of it was that Uncle Jim, after I said, well done, boy.
Mm. That made your day. I can imagine.
And it was on the Wolusegun Theatre in UI.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, that was
wow.
You know, it was
wow.
incredible.
That was the cream of theatre.
After that, I knew that there was no coming back from him.
That's when was this one?
This was
71?
Yeah, this was in the early 70s. So I can't remember exactly which year.
Okay.
It was
73, 74,
5.
Yes.
You know, those 70s.
When Wedlock became prominent.
Yeah.
Because it was also a play that ruled the
Demola Adeyemi
was
playing.
Was there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Ironia, you know, so it was in the early days.
Right. Shofola was also
she was
a painstaking director.
Yes.
Painstaking director.
Yes.
So you played with
Uncle Jim. Ah, man.
I remember that the kind of by the time I came back in 76 to Ibadan, there was a play, Chatting on the Song, and Segun Bankole was a name. Segun Bankole, of course, again, was a product of Lagelu Grammar School.
That's right.
And I saw him first in 1969 in This Is Our Chance.
Okay.
He blew everybody's mind. He blew everybody's mind. I know that he was also in Ife.
Yes, it was in Ife.
When you were there.
Yeah, but it was ahead of us.
Yes. Because after 76, 77, that year he left for Ife.
Yes, it was in Ife. It was with the professional group.
Yes.
And then later he left. Very intense man.
Intense.
Very intense.
And you need to see Segun Bankole preparing for rehearsal. Preparing for production. Not only will he be doing his role, he's also physically fit.
Oh yes, very.
He will make himself physically fit. He will do all sorts of exercises.
That's right.
To be fit.
Yes, we used to do that too. Yes. Yes. And I remember one of our directors then who was also into physical fitness, Uncle B.
That's right. You
got to be mentally and physically.
You have to be. You have to be. You have to be. Incidentally, for this podcast, when it was being conceived between Kola Thomas, Kunle, Adeyemo, Tayo, Bimbo, Remy, and Kwan, we and I. And it was 1 year after Ayobabi Akinwale had died that we gathered in Los Angeles. We were thinking of doing this. It was Bayo Dunne that I wanted to first interview.
Ooh, wow.
For the kind of wealth as a witness that he carried.
Yes.
Unfortunately, 1 week after he came back from the US, the man passed.
Yes.
That was why it occurred to me that we need to do this on time so that we can get all those witnesses on record. We also book
that would be nice.
so that people can have it in the library, can have it in their own libraries, and make reference to it for their researches and things.
That would be great.
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful talking with you. And I do know that we still have some things to talk about. And I want us to do it on the next episode where we'll be winding down on the Nigerian theatre Witnesses to History. Our witness on this episode and the previous one is Chief Akin. As he said, he's a chief of Oluyole, and his chieftaincy is a recognition of him as a commander, as a leader of the community to improve lives. And he's been improving lives in the theater for more than half a century. He's been bringing in different messages, different lessons, and we'll continue with him on the next episode of the Nigerian Theatre Witnesses to History. If you like what we're doing, please click the like button and share this with your friends and colleagues. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions, please leave the questions on the comments in the comment section. Until we come your way again next week, it's bye from